Honestly, who writes this nonsense? Somebody needs to have a stern word with these guys over at Talksport, because the titles that they come up with, probably some of the most egregious clickbait I've ever seen. We've got titles like "He's Never Looked So Ripped," "Tyson Fury's incredible body transformation ahead of Oleksandr Usyk fight leaves boxing fans stunned," and "Fans worry for Oleksandr Usyk after Tyson Fury posts new training footage." And then you look at the picture of his physique, you look at the training footage, and it's like, it just looks like standard Tyson Fury. I guess the clickbait pays off because we end up looking, we make videos about it. So congratulations, Talksport, you've done it. Um, but I'm convinced by this point, Talksport are just catering to the most uninitiated boxing fans, because anybody who's followed Tyson Fury's career for any decent length of time, you're able to make some kind of comparison and realize like this is really nothing out of the ordinary. It's quite basic, standard Tyson Fury stuff. And that's exactly what it is. It's a very small training clip, and it's one picture, which, do we even know how recent it is? I'm not sure. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything special. It doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. I know a few guys on the YouTube boxing sphere have given their impression of this, and I tend to agree with their sentiment. It's just Tyson Fury doing what Tyson Fury does. However, I feel like it opens up the kind of question of what kind of version of Tyson Fury are we going to get should this Oleksandr Usyk fight go ahead on May 18th? Fingers crossed it does. And now I've said for a while now that I actually do truly believe that come fight night, we are going to get a good version of Tyson Fury. And I think that's testament to, or I think it will be testament to how Tyson Fury perceives Oleksandr Usyk, because I think we can see from Tyson Fury's behavior over the past couple of years that he does perceive Oleksandr Usyk as a threat. Forget the bluster and the hot air he talks about, just the middleweight, glass belly, whatever, that kind of stuff. Okay, if he's all these pejorative terms that you refer to him as, why don't you just fight him? But Tyson Fury has clearly shown a reluctance to fight him. Instead, fighting Derek Chisora in a trilogy match, fighting a debutant in Francis Ngannou. No, like, you're supposed to be fighting your main contemporary rival for undisputed, but it's taken so long. So yeah, Tyson Fury definitely perceives Oleksandr Usyk as a threat. You can tell by what he says relative to what he does, and I think that's going to manifest in Tyson Fury being in formidable shape. But is it going to be the same kind of formidable shape that Tyson Fury was once able to achieve? I personally don't think so. Um, and I say that because I was thinking just today, actually. The last time I met up with G-Man, shout out to him. We always go out, we get a bite to eat, and we talk boxing and that kind of thing. And he had to correct me because I tried to correct him when he said that the Wilder fight was 4 years ago. And I was like, oh no, you mean 2 years ago. And when I say Wilder fight, I'm talking about the rematch, Wilder 2. And he was like, no, it's 4 years ago. I was like, wait, oh yeah, it is. And it just blew my mind. Like, time just goes so quickly these days. I thought that the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder rematch was 2 years ago, when it's 4 years ago. And it's crazy to think that this December this year, it'll be 6 years since the first fight. It's mad. But it made me think, I was like, because that was a real good version of Tyson Fury in that rematch. And the fact that 4 years has elapsed since then, I'm not sure how good Tyson Fury is going to be come fight night. I think he'll be in good condition relative to what we've seen over the past couple of years. But I'm just trying to think, like, can he really get back to that kind of form? Because that was a really good version of Tyson Fury. He looked strong. He looked energized. He had a lot of momentum because he had the Sefer Seferi comeback, Pianetta comeback. Obviously, those guys are pies. But, we let Tyson Fury off because he had been out the ring for so long. He'd been through so much. Then he had the first Wilder fight. Then he had the Tom Schwarz fight. Then the Otto Wallin fight. And then it was back into the Deontay Wilder rematch. That was a lot of rounds in succession, a lot of training in succession. And so he looked like he was in a real good place there. But then obviously it was a massive long turnaround until the next Wilder fight, which was October 2021. And it seems like since then, Tyson Fury has just started to slip. And I don't think we've always seen the amount of slippage there because of who he's been fighting. But even though I anticipate we're going to get a good version of Tyson Fury, I just don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think Tyson Fury can really get back to that high top level of functioning. I just think his career has gone on for too long. He's got too many miles on the clock. And I just think that ultimately the style of Oleksandr Usyk is going to be enough to undo Tyson Fury and negate what he does well. So I think it's a timing thing, but I think it's also a stylistic perspective. By this point, and I've been saying this for a while, I'm fairly confident that Oleksandr Usyk beats Tyson Fury. It's nothing against Tyson Fury. You know, he's a great fighter. I will call him out on his BS as and when I have to. But I just think Oleksandr Usyk is a superior fighter at this point. And I expect him to win, maybe not comfortably, but comprehensively. If Tyson Fury does beat Oleksandr Usyk, and even if he wins convincingly, like easily, I don't think Tyson Fury's got much left in him to carry on in boxing. I think at most he'll have one more fight, and that'll probably be against AJ. But even that, I'd say, is maybe even 50-50 in terms of it happens or it doesn't. I don't think Tyson Fury's got very long at all. But as I say, I do think a good version of him, a solid version of him, will turn up come fight night. But going off of these videos and this footage from TalkSport, I don't think you have to really fear for Oleksandr Usyk. Oh, Usyk's in such danger ahead of... Nah. This is Tyson Fury doing what Tyson Fury does. I'm certainly not blown away by it. But maybe you guys are. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you make of these headlines? What do you make of the footage? How Tyson Fury looks thus far, if we're to believe that these were recent videos? And what do you make? Early thoughts, I guess we can say, ahead of the date on May 18th.